Welcome back. You are watching DXB today, and check it out. We are talking gut health. And we've got lots of advice to give you. Our next guest is a consultant in gastroenterology, committed to providing exceptional care and services in the field to improve health outcomes in the region. This is Dr. Ahmad Jazzar from Burjeel Day Surgery Center. Dr. Ahmad, do we have questions for you?
Got a lot, I know.
Okay, I'm going to start from something a little more basic, which is how can you tell if you have good gut health or bad gut health? Like a few of the most obvious signs for both.
Obviously, if you feel good, you're okay.
Okay.
If you're bloated, you're having abdominal pain, you're having alternating diarrhea or constipation or one of the other, you don't have a gut health that's going pretty good for you.
You've got issues that you need to talk about.
It's true, a lot of them.
What are you thinking, Faris?
I'm just thinking, like, do I feel good? Because I don't know if it counts as gut health, but like I said, I have high visceral fat. And I remember being very frustrated because I cut out sugar a long time ago. Not completely, obviously, but I don't have any sugar in my coffee or my tea. I cut out milk for the most part, most dairy products. So I thought I was fine. I thought I was ahead of the curve. And then I find out that I have high levels of visceral fat. So it can be quite difficult depending on what does cause gut issues, visceral fat, anything when it comes to digestion. Is it genetic?
So part of it is genetic, and part of it is the microbiome, which you guys were talking about a little bit earlier, and part of it is food. Actually, the majority of it is what you put in your mouth, and eat.
It's the fried chicken, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, processed meat, the sugar, but let's not forget the pyramid, the health pyramid. 50% carbohydrate, 30% protein, and 20% fat. This is essential. So you really can't cut the carbohydrate completely unless you have a problem that you want to get rid of. And you mentioned the gluten. The gluten is becoming popular, but there's a lot more popular things or common things that happen to our gut, like the lactose intolerance, which you mentioned, the dairy products, the SIBO, which is the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, having a little increased balance, this balance that we have in our gut between the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. When we lose that balance, we'll lose our gut health, like having a bloating or abdominal pain or something like diarrhea. And fructose intolerance. These are much more common than gluten sensitivity. So we have to kind of check for these before we say it's a gluten, for example. Overall, just maintaining a healthy diet, exercising, really usually maintains your gut health overall.
That's good to know. I'm going to ride my bicycle later, I think.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you regarding your practice, and have you noticed, or within your practice today, if you have seen any kind of advancements in technology that helps you with your patients currently?
Absolutely. So over the last 50 years accounts for the last 5,000 years. Whether it's a blood test or a breath test or checking for the bacteria or a stool test, these are all helped us as physicians diagnose accurately the right disease in order to treat the right problem. Because overall, in the old days, not much, 20, 30 years ago, we used to say everybody has what we call IBS or a spastic colon. Well, we're finding out that it's really not true, because a lot of people have underlying problem that needs to be treated rather than being labeled IBS or a spastic colon.
Doc, I do want to ask you, specific to the UAE, is there any particular conditions that you actually see are quite common within the clients that you tend to see here?
Now that's very important, because our daily practice in clinic really consists few diseases like reflux, where people have heartburn, abdominal pain, whether be it gas or intestinal bacteria, as I said, and diarrhea or constipation or vice versa, or alternating both. These constitute about 80% of the patients that walk in the clinic on a daily basis. And all the rest is, some highly advanced stuff that needs to be investigated further.
I never thought I would say that in my life, but how often should we be going? How much bowel movement should we have in our lives? Because I feel like that's a question on all of our minds, isn't it, guys?
Absolutely.
Don't we all think about it from time to time?
That's true. So normally you should have one bowel movement a day.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of patients having a bowel movement after they eat. If the bowel movement after they eat is normal, this is really the most normal thing, because when the stomach expands, it really instigates or starts the peristaltic movement of the body where you have to go to the bathroom. Some people think this is abnormal. It's abnormal when you have diarrhea or you have something wrong going with that, but really this is normal. If you have one bowel movement every other day, it may be something that you're born with. But if you have bowel movement, if you have 2 or less bowel movements a week, that's constipation.
Okay, just one quick question before we let you go. My bowel movements change depending on which country I'm in. And there's a theory, it's because I'm more relaxed when I'm on holiday.
Which is
Could it
absolutely
be-
true.
Yeah?
Absolutely true. The most common thing, though, is when you travel, you get constipation because you're changing the way you're eating, so you're constipated.
Oh.
If you're stressed and you're having constipation where you live and you go to Hawaii or the Maldives and you feel better, everything goes back to normal. Just when you go back to work, for example, then things get stressed out and you'll have your old problem back.
Right, so I think we're going to leave Dina and Dr. Jazzar to exchange numbers. You can talk further. I want to thank you, Doc, for joining us and for sharing your insights here on the couch. So thank you.
My pleasure. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you so much. Now, today's spotlight is all about nutrition and gut health. Of course it is. A specialist empowering women to heal their bodies inside and out through personalized nutrition and lifestyle strategies. This is Aoife Murray from By Aoife.
Hi, my name is Aoife Murray and I'm a nutrition and gut health specialist and founder of By Aoife. By Aoife is an online wellness space for women that specializes in gut health. Gut health is at the core of my practice with my clients, so I work together very closely with my clients to heal their body and ultimately heal their gut. Too often in the health and wellness industry, we see these quick fixes and regimes that essentially act as a band-aid to just cover up a much bigger health problem. So it is my mission and my goal to bring forth the power of gut health and show that this is the true way to heal your body. I think when you start a business, you become everything to that business. So this involves wearing lots of different hats. You are the CEO, you are the creative director, you're the social media manager. So really finding a way to navigate the juggling of all of these different elements has been one of my challenges. My goal is to continue to spread awareness and educate on gut health and really show people that they have the power to heal. I would love this to be in the form of women's events and talks globally and really just create that sense of community. I think Dubai really nurtures entrepreneurship and business startups. So if you were thinking about coming to Dubai and starting a business, this is an ideal place to do it.
All right, it's time for the Roundup. Faddis, what is up?
I will tell you on today's Roundup, we are talking about gut manipulation. According to research, gut bacteria manipulation may offer a promising approach to managing inflammation, bowel disease. Therapeutic potential of dietary fibers found in prebiotics like lentils, garlic, oats, bananas, mushrooms, corn, cob, sugarcane, potatoes, and a few others can help nourish beneficial gut bacteria, and this can help restore balance in the gut and alleviate IBD symptoms.
Mary, what is gut manipulation? So when they say manipulation, what is that?
So gut manipulation is really trying to manipulate the gut microbiota bacteria.
Okay.
So it's really trying to reverse a lot of the toxins and pathogens and bad bacteria in the gut to make sure that it's combined with good bacteria so that they flourish together. So when you're manipulating it, it's similar to what we spoke about earlier with the transplantation, FMT, was that what we're doing with FMT is that we're manipulating the gut so that it then gets populated with enough good bacteria so that it can help your gut microbiome be diverse and thrive again.
I mean,
Okay.
isn't that just probiotics? I mean, I thought that's what it was. Whenever I go on antibiotics, I then try to do a round of probiotics, or did I just waste my money?
But you could, it works on pre and probiotics, but sometimes people's problems are quite severe and it doesn't work on pre and probiotics anymore, you know? So a fecal transplant actually works better.
So, you know, if someone was to come to you with saying they've got pain, they've got an issue, what is the process? Because I'm just trying to understand for those that aren't as educated on this matter, but they are feeling some pain, they are a bit uncomfortable, what does that process look like?
Yeah, the first process for anybody that's looking to heal and just try to understand what's going on with them is to get a blood test.
Okay.
So the blood test is always the most important aspect of health, because by blood tests we can, really discover what is going on in the gut. And X-rays, ultrasounds, these are all things that are really important depending on where you are in your health journey and what your problems are. But I would say, really trying to understand, getting the right biomarkers of inflammation, understanding what those are is really the first step into finding a solution to what you're experiencing.
Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Now I'm starting to understand a bit more. And now next up, you can find out what measures you need to take to make sure you improve your gut health with the co-founder of the Wellness Brothers. Plus, we've got a guitar on set to warm your heart, so make sure you stay with us.